Not so long ago, this happened on a flight where a flight attendant smashed her head on the ceiling due to strong severe turbulence. The cart and all its contents scattered all over the place, splashing beverages and drawers all over the passengers. Hi, I'm Orlando and you're watching WishCasting. We do world travel guides and try to get you traveling for free by joining Emirates, one of the highest paying companies with biggest network in the world. Join our tutorials and travel guides every Wednesday and Sunday at 5 p.m. plus 2 GMT. Let's take a look at what is turbulence first. Turbulence can be a consequence of many factors. It is generated by chaotic changes in pressure and flow velocity. You may experience turbulence when hot air meets cold air, high pressure air meets low pressure air, while you cross an area with mountains adjacent to plains, while you're straight behind another aircraft. Most of the times, people forget they're on an aircraft. You're traveling at maybe 540 miles per hour at 40,000 feet. You can't expect it to be smooth like if you were sitting on your couch back at home. The reason why the cabin crew earlier hit her head against the ceiling is the following. Speed is made of several variables. To make it simple, we'll talk about horizontal speed, since you're moving forward, and vertical speed, since you ascend and descend for takeoff and landing. When you're cruising at 40,000 feet, your vertical speed is zeroed out almost all the time. Vertical speed of 0 miles per hour means that you're not going up or down anymore.
If the needle is hanging out in the top half, that means you're climbing. If it's in the bottom half, then you're descending. And if it's straight down the middle pointing at that zero, that means you're in level flight.
But that doesn't mean you're not moving. You are, but horizontally. That's exactly why it feels so smooth, because your altitude isn't changing anymore. It's set into the aircraft's computer and kept at that value. This doesn't apply to your horizontal speed, since you are moving forward. Turbulence occurs when there are sudden changes in temperature, pressure, and direction of wind around the aircraft. Most of the times, the direction is either against you, headwind, or pushing you, tailwind. This explains why sometimes you get to your destination earlier than expected, because wind is pushing you, making you travel faster. However, some airflows are perpendicular to the aircraft. They will either pull it up or push it down, changing that vertical speed that used to be zero. Emirates follows a protocol for these type of situations. Depending on the severity of the turbulence, crew might have to immediately interrupt service and stow the carts away in the galley. If time permits, of course. For strong turbulence, Emirates pilots instruct their crew to discontinue service immediately. Crew reactions must be to tilt and wedge the cart, apply brakes to the cart by pressing on the red lever at the bottom of it, put hot beverages on the floor, sit down on any seat or lap of any passenger, fasten your seatbelt, or hold on to anything as tight as you can. With practice, this maneuver should take around 5 seconds in total. Once the captain instructs the crew to stand up and resume normal operations, crew will investigate for aircraft damage, injuries of crew or passengers, and if all reports are fine, service may be resumed. When you're 3 hours through your flight and the altitude never ever changed, a sudden, quick up and down movement will be very noticeable. It's like earthquakes. You're so used to a sturdy floor, so confident it won't move, that when it does move, you're frightened. The same goes for turbulence. This link in the upper right corner is our masterclass series on joining Emirates. It's free, it'll always be free, and it's a gold mine. Trust us, follow it from the beginning to the very end. Most of the time, we're overreacting. You should understand that you're not on your couch back at home. You're flying across the globe at super fast speeds and at crazy altitudes. Turbulence is quite normal in these conditions. Now, why did that flight attendant hit her head on the ceiling? Did the aircraft push her? Not at all. Take a tennis ball and put it in a transparent container. Quickly lower the container and see how the ball hits the lid. On the contrary, if you take a coin and apply a piece of scotch tape over it, no matter what movement the container does, the coin will stay in place, safe and sound. The same applies to that crew that hit her head. She didn't wear a seatbelt, so she didn't follow the aircraft movement, hence hitting the ceiling. That's why you should always wear your seatbelt. Now on that note, why would you always want to wear your seatbelt? Turbulence may happen at any given time, and not all of it can be predicted by the pilots. The worst turbulence, famously known as CAT or clear air turbulence, cannot be foreseen and predicted by the aircraft sensors and can kill you or severely injure you if caught without wearing a seatbelt. There's a lot of science going on behind turbulence and I don't want to bore you with it. Just know that in nature, as a natural phenomenon, energy always balances out from where there is a lot of energy to where there is fewer energy. If high pressure air meets low pressure air, high pressure air will move towards the low pressure air and mix with it to balance this difference in pressure. When air moves, wind is generated, and that wind causes turbulence. This also happens when cold and hot air meet. Other forms of turbulence may happen on regions between mountains adjacent to plains, where there is a difference of pressure, temperature, and much wind is generated this way, which is also disturbed by the non-uniform landscape geometry, causing a lot of turbulence. Another form of turbulence is called wake, and it's generated by other aircrafts in front of you, disturbing the air uniformity in front of you, causing turbulence. The bigger the aircraft, the bigger the wake generated. An A380 is very big, hence has a very strong wake, and can be scary for people who never witnessed it. Now that's it for today's video. We want to thank you for watching till the very end. We thank you for your support and following. It's oxygen for us. We're trying to reach 2,000 subscribers and only your help can make the difference. Subscribe, comment, like, and share if you care supporting us. We do travel guides too. Feel free to take a look at our popular low-cost travel guides here. Check our entire free Emirates Masterclass course here. We'd love to know your experience in the comments below. If you have any other questions, just ask and I will reply. As always, it's my pleasure to do videos. Hope you liked it and keep it rolling, guys.